Singapore skies as Yole Yengo gets us underway. Blue versus red. Let's lock in our Singapore Final Four. Well, the kickoff steep and gathered by Canada, and it's a desperate ship backwards on to Piper Logan, the 22-year-old from Calgary, who carries back into heavy traffic and wins the ensuing penalty.
Get out of jail free card there for Canada. You know, hope to hoof it down as far as possible, put yourself in good territorial position. It's just between the 22 and the 10, so would have probably hoped closer towards the halfway line, but Canada's got the kind of players that can attack from here. Unfortunately, no Norston. We saw it with an injury a little earlier, so they'll potentially be missing her quite a lot in this game.
Her line-busting runs, her last-ditch try-saving tackle. She brings so much, does the University of Victoria students. But they've still got plenty of speedsters available to them, Canada. And here is one of them now, Taylor Perry, putting boots to ball, and the chase is on. There's a hoof on it. It's Chloe Daniels, the skipper, chasing hard. Grassino took her out, but it's gathered well. Gathered well by Charity Williams. Look at the work that Perry's having to do on the ground there, and Okemba flies up. The second most tackles in the pool stages. She has been totemic as a captain, as an attacking instrument, as a defensive weapon. And Canada have had the ball for the whole 90 seconds of this match so far. France think they've turned it over. Yes, they have. Okemba waits, but the skip pass comes in from Grassino, and Nason, who's been rested for the last 2 games, fresh legs, passes it onwards, but scrum will go the way of the women in red.
Lotos, unfortunately, just not able to get ball to hand there. They would have been backing themselves to be able to get ball in that area of the field. Canada had to change and transition from attack to defense very, very quickly. Here's Stormtroopers keeping an eye on the game, making sure that they got the fourths.
Well, we are about to find out our 4th semi-finalist, so that works very nicely.
Set.
Logan with the put-in. It's Taylor lurking behind this set piece. She's got Daniels for company, but instead the little switcheroo finds Logan, and she dances so daintily on her tippy toes. Williams shaped for the offload, but it's kicked on by Grassino. Free possession for the French, but they've got to play their way out of their 22 now, and it's the woman wearing 22 with the honours, Christiane. Back she goes, Yengo barking orders, skips out Grassino and finds Okemba, who gets those long levers pumping and then offloads to Yengo. Here comes Scurfield. No, she's got to make this shot. The offload looked to have ricocheted forwards. There was a long run for home for Yengo. Too long, it proved.
Oh, they'll be disappointed with that one, Yengo. Serafina Kemba, so aware, knows where the space is. Had Yengo in space, missed the tackle, which allowed for the offload, and Yengo just had to try and use a bit of feet. Lotos coming in on support there. That just shows what the French feel about it.
Well, they offloaded even Fijiana in the pool stages. Look at that, 30 offloads. Sheer razzmatazz from Cortex's woman. Canada weren't far behind them. They made the 3rd most. So expect plenty of flair.
Fully release.
Although right now the penalty count is proving decisive.
We saw it earlier in France's game as well, the penalty count, the discipline just lacking, unfortunately, and you can't be making those kind of disciplinary errors in a quarter-final. Perhaps could get away with it because you had such good, strong starts on day 1 as well. But unfortunately, Canada's gotten possession. They've had ball in hand. They've just not been able to penetrate the defence of France as much as they would have wanted to.
Neither side yet to visit the other's 22 ball in hand, so territorially, plenty to make up. Logan leading Scurfield. Logan again, back against the grain. Nason thought she might have affected the rip there, but unable to do so. Scurfield back deep into the pocket. Taylor Now the ball inside, and you can hear bodies colliding, bodies clattering. Another penalty goes the way of Canada, and Skirfield, who is an absolute dynamo, sets off on a crabbing, arcing run. She's got Williams for company. Williams or Kemba, that's a foot race and a half, but just look at her dart in and out and back again, ride the contacts. Everything being played in the middle of the park right now. Nason making a right mess of that, and now it's Nason to Jason. Ball back, and here goes the number 9, but loses it forward through contact. A 5th error in only 6 minutes of rugby.
That just shows the intensity of the game that we're witnessing at the moment. Not able to get a kick away was Nicholas. Just didn't drop it well enough, and it's very dangerous to give France possession in that kind of area.
Let's go, come in.
But the slap in the tackle just doing enough to be able to force that handling error. Unforced errors, 3 versus the 2.
Crouch. Boyne. Come off.
You're too far away.
Listen up. Let's set up on the hooker, both of you. Let's take the hit. Give her space. Crouch.
1.
Boyne. Set. Same channel. Just a reset. Time's off, please.
Well, Craig
Just a
Chan being
reset. Same
kept
channel.
very busy resetting this one.
Let's go.
Yeah, here.
Taking time out of this first half, but given
Right,
that
set
neither
up, please,
side has
let's go.
landed a blow yet,
Okay.
Time
frustrating
back on.
times.
Crouch. Boyne. Set.
Ball out the back and down the short side come Canada. Daniels, captain this weekend in the absence of Liv Apps, but Jason looked to have knocked that forwards. It was Canada actually awarded the knock-on in that case, so it'll be France's put in. And look at the acres, Layla, of green grass they've got with which to play.
Oh, the full open side to play with, feeding it on the right-hand side of the scrum, so close to the touchline. So really lot of width to play with. See a Kemba set quite far. So you would think that they'd try to get the ball there as quickly as possible, but
well, Kemba's working there, but it's Christian who sets off, and Nason pops it flat across the face of Canada's defence, and the door opens up for Valentine Lotos to land the first blow of this quarter-final.
oh, Valentine Lotos, that's how you want to finish the first half. Really sucked in the defence of the Canadians, overtracked by the defensive effort from Canada, allowing to get Lotos to go under the sticks, and 5 points up.
It will be Yolaine Yengo taking the conversion. She nails that one, so with 7 minutes played and 7 remaining to decide our final semi-finalist, it is France who at the death snatch a lead at the break. It is 7 points to 0. To say that we've been joined by another Maple down sideline, debutant extraordinaire, Carissa Alston. Carissa, thank you so much for joining us. First up, how are you getting on? We know you took a little bit of a knock earlier.
Yeah, I took a bit of a blow there in the New Zealand game, but happy to be here with the girls. They're playing really well, so yeah.
It's hard to believe that it's been 5 months now since you made your debut in the opening tournament of the season. It's been a proper whirlwind, I can imagine. How has it been? Because Sevens looks really good on you from where I'm standing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, we did our jersey press the other day, and this is already my 7th tournament, and time just flies, but super happy to be here. It's a privilege.
Chrissy, you guys have been really good with ball in hand. What do you think the attack needs to do to kind of just penetrate the defense of France at the moment that's looking really tight?
Yeah, it's tight. It's France puts up a really physical battle, so we're trying to use our Kiwis and our layers and attack to get around them, but we're getting close. Just need those extra support lines. I think girls are almost there. So.
And just lastly, because if you reckon that you're getting close, I might need to be ready to shout something excitable over this from Canada. The work that you guys do as a team, with the 15s programme, here's what Camille Gracineau is up to, tackles raining in, Canada have it back. The work that you do with your 15s programme is fascinating. How has it been training with them? How is the symbiosis between those two programmes? Are you making each other better?
Oh, totally. It was an absolute blast getting to train with them a couple weeks ago. It was really cool to get some 15s in there too, just see another side of rugby. Yeah, it was great.
Well, as we said, you're looking fantastic in that red jersey. We'll let you get back to watching the game, but thank you so much for stopping by.
Okay, thank you.
Scarfield, ball in two hands, manages to skin Kemba, who manages to get a mitt on it in response. So France have possession here. And it's Shannon Izard through the midfield. And now the ball is with Valentine Lotos, hunting for a brace. The chase is on from Alicia Corrigan. She's going to get there. She's going to force Lotos out wide and make the tackle. My word. Alicia Corrigan with a tackle from the gods, but Kemba there with a support line to match it. France have their second, and the gap is 12.
We said Captain Fantastic's been so good this weekend. Gets the offload away. We spoke about the highest team with the highest most offloads. Lotos, look at the determination and the work and the grunt to try and get there. Hard work, good chase back coming from Canada, from Corrigan to make the tackle. You can see as she was running, she started looking back. The call coming from Kemba to say, I'm on your shoulder, and then just lets go. That's what you ask for from your players. You ask them to run support lines, and Serafina Kemba has been the complete definition of that.
Well, it's a tricksy one for Yengo, and so it proves. So 12 plays nil with 5 minutes remaining, and it is just so impressive how France have built their depth to the extent that they can not miss a beat without their Six Nations stars. And speaking of building depth, there might be a future bleu watching on there.
What do you call a baby in French, Claire? I think you know a bit of French.
Well, it's en bébé, Leila.
Oh, bébé!
I think you could have guessed that. You might have to take over for a moment. Izard will get... Montserrat Amadi will get us back underway. Leila Harrison has run out of all oxygen to my right. And that is a belter of a kickoff. Canada pinned right back. They just haven't been able to get a foothold in this one.
No, second half not gone the way of Canada at the moment. We said this consistently and constantly throughout the weekend that you can't play rugby without the ball in hand. France done everything to try and keep them back, rid them of territorial possession in this game at the moment, doing really, really well. They've got to get on the scoreboard and do it quickly, otherwise their semi-final hopes start leaving them.
Both coaches, David Cortex and Jack Hanratty, sending on the reinforcements. Fresh legs required on both sides of the ball. Canada executing cleanly at the line out, and now they can take the handbrake off because they've got an advantage to play with. Oh, and Piper Logan swerving like a dream down the straight there. Someone's got to come in and play scrum half because France want that ball back. And our referee's going to go to his pocket. How about the carry from Piper Logan?
The ball down.
Oh,
let's back 10 first. Yep, demo check, please. I got a potential serious foul play at the ruck. If not, I got a deliberate knockdown.
Yeah, 2 foul plays. I got to check here. One at the ruck and then the knock on. But coming in there, head down. See, that is so hard because looks like Greenshields that's come in, gone in, looked up, but also Christian's got her head down. She's kind of just tucked her head, but Greenshields just run in, looked down, didn't know, and that's going to be, I think it's going to start at red, and then they're going to start looking for mitigating factors because that's direct head-to-head. That's incredibly dangerous.
Yep.
The red player has tried to dip, so therefore yellow card.
So can I get confirm the numbers again, please?
Who are you looking for?
Can I confirm the numbers, please, Mosi?
Number 5, Craig.
Number 5, red. So the penalty against you guys, head to contact, mitigation factor. All right, back 10, please. I give you time to reset. Your ball,
well, that is Canada's fourth yellow card of Singapore already.
And then they call scrum call. Okay, so you can set up now.
It's proven such a thorn in their side, and it might prove oh so costly here.
Yep.
Yeah, oh so costly. You don't want to be down on the scoreboard and down a player. I think it's very lucky to get the yellow and not one that matches the color of a jersey.
Piper, you're in the booth.
So ball in France's hands now. They love working from set piece, although they work well in open play. Set piece is what they do.
Set up. Time back on. Crouch.
So Julia Greenshields will be a spectator and a spectator only as Gracino feeds this one.
Hit and hold. hit and hold. Okay, let's set up. And don't stand up. Crouch!
You get those lovely, lovely close-ups of those bright, shiny boots, and then we have the scrum again. Grassino, with all of that experience, feeding the scrum. And speaking of experience, here is Montserrat Amedi back onto Grassino. She's small, but she's just so wiry and strong with it. Penalty going the way of France. Amedi will scamper it back, and they'll look to take this one.
Scrum call.
Yes, please.
Scrum.
Oh, that's smart. You've got the full open side to play with, but there's about 16 meters to work with on the blind side as well, so options both ways. The question comes, where do you load your defenders if you're Canada? You're a player down already. Kemba stayed out wide. But the option to go blind is there as well.
France, though, putting all their eggs in the open side basket as Amedi looks to draw. Charity Williams finds a Kemba, and that will only have one outcome. And I think we might have had our best case of commentator's curse of the weekend. Kemba stopped by some brilliant scramble defence.
Not by red. I'm going to check it.
Canada frantically applying the defensive gaffer tape, and it might just have held firm.
Oh, great work back coming from Charity Williams. They've met each other before so many times. They know each other so well. I think she's done enough. I don't know if Akemba's gotten the ball down, but look how well she recovers. Charity Williams was caught under Akemba for half a second, managed to get back to her feet.
You can award the try.
But then ball does get knocked backwards.
Ball knocked backwards, and Grassino, with all of that nous and experience, is on hand to stab it down and open up a 17-point lead.
Yeah, so they went open side, decided to take on the defenders, and then hard work had to come from Akemba. Brilliant tackle from Charity Williams, and you can just see Charity Williams dislodges the ball backwards towards her own side. Grassino, who was in support, picks up the loose scraps, and you can always play until the final whistle, and that's the pure definition thereof.
We give so many plaudits, Layla, for attacking metrics. The best tries of a championship, of a series. The players with the most flair, but sometimes the tackles are just as exciting. We've had some brilliant try savers, and that from Charity Williams has got to be right up there. Back it's pinged. Kemba is wise to it, and having been thwarted in attack, she now makes a contribution in defence. France have the penalty and offsets the debutant Argel Amedi. Oh, the intercept was so nearly on there.
Number 1.
This has really turned scrappy.
6, never 10. Wait.
But it's a yellow card for Charity Williams after all of that defensive endeavour and hustle.
That's looks like Julia Greenshield is going to make her way back onto the park. So it's going to be 1-for-1. So it's still going to be down to 6. And it doesn't look like Greenshield's been let on, but open waters for France.
Open waters and a try for the newbie, Cleo Argel, with the first try of her Sevens career. And an easier stroll in she will not have.
Yeah, there was a bit of confusion around whether Julia Greenshield should have gone up, and Argel, right time, right place. 3 meters away, that's going to be a walk-in.
They all count. So less than a minute remaining. It will be France who march on into the semi-finals. Those to be played tomorrow. They're third in the standings at the moment.
Time back on.
And the stands just filling up nicely here at Singapore National Stadium. Again, the deep and tricksy restart and the tackle to go with it.
Knock on first. Knock on first and foot on touch, so scrum blue ball.
Shaping to go quickly, but instead they take the sting out of things and call the scrum.
Yeah, just Canada would be so disappointed. They haven't had the ball at all in the second half. They've not penetrated the half of France once in the second half.
9, get closer, please.
0
Crouch.
visits to the 22 as well, so it's just not been good for them. They've not come together.
Set.
In it goes, courtesy of Ajal. The gong sounds. The ball trickles into touch. And that is our semi-final lineup complete on the women's side of the competition. France at last break their torrid last 8 run against Canada and book themselves a 5th semi-final spot of the series. Les Bleus have done it, and this one finishes 24 points to 0.